I have a very important question for all of you. What's your favorite title? Today on the show, welcome to Assemble, I'm Matt. Today on the show, we're going to tier rank WWE Championships, all from the past and the present. What's ugly, what's good, what's glorious, and what's just whatever. If you guys go on to like this episode, go do me a favor, hit that like button. Helps algorithm, helps Matt out. He stays on the YouTube. And subscribe if you guys enjoy doing that sort of thing and you enjoy the content and you like doing tier lists with me. I enjoy it. It's kind of fun going through the weekend. Let me know your tier list. But let's get started, shall we? The WWE Championships, all of them. Titles, belts, let's go. What's your favorite? You tell me. We're gonna go through this today. We're having a little fun here on the show. Let's kick this thing off, shall we? I'm doing this in no particular order. I'm just gonna have a ball here. But we've got everything. We've got WWE titles, that big gold belt. Got that big daddy right there. We got the women's NXT title, tag titles. We got the older tag titles, like the 2000s one. We got the other tag titles. We've got all these. I hate the penny belts. Don't know why they exist. You got OG NXT Women's Title. You got a lot of good stuff in here. All right, we have our categories. We got some fun categories here for everybody. We've got glorious. Oh, I remember Bobby Roode. Remember when he was a thing in NXT? In the main roster? Don't know what happened to him. He's with Dolph. Didn't he feud with Dolph to start his career on main and then he's now a tag with him? What's Vince doing? Don't know. All right, lots of glorious titles. Categories, we got glorious. We've got great, if the title is great. We got good, we've got bad, and we've got just whatever. I don't want to say it's like just terrible, yeah, it doesn't exist, because everyone's got their opinions. This is just Matt's opinions with you guys. But it's just kind of whatever. Like, I don't like it. I don't know if bad is worse than whatever, but these are my categories. We're going to kick things off. Got the NXT titles, 24/7 title. Let's go with the big gold belt. It's tricky. I have trouble starting these things off because we're basing this, let's put this guy back for a second. We're basing this off of just like, you're like, how are you ranking these, Matt? Are you ranking these just based off the look? Kind of. I'm going to go with look and legacy. Bah, that's not good, because then it's like if I like a belt that hasn't been around for very long, you'd be like, there's not much legacy there, mister. And I'd be like, you are correct. So we're going based off of the aesthetics, how the belt is designed. Is it a lovely looking title? Do we love this thing or not? And we could sprinkle in just kind of like the history to it, because they all got some history to it. All right, big gold belt, I'm gonna say is glorious. It's massive. I love the size of it. I am one for like big titles. Like when it's the actual heavyweight titles, I like that they're big, substantial belts. Not ridiculous. Doesn't have to be ridiculous, but I love like the big gold belt. It's got some weight to it. Yeah, Ric Flair carried this title forever. Woo. Did you see Ric Flair on the plane the other day? The man never stops. It's kind of gross. All right. I don't even know if he was on an airplane or a bus. Couldn't tell. Now, let's go with glorious title is going to be big gold belt. Let's try and do the championships, shall we? Like the big heavyweight championships. WWE, the Red Universal Championship. I don't like it. When it was revealed and, it was Balor and Seth going after it. Remember when Mick Foley revealed it was Stephanie McMahon in the ring? And everyone just went, we're gonna get a new belt for no reason, because we just need to market more toys. And then it went, Foley's like, yeah, and everyone went, it's kind of gross. And that was at the championship match, wasn't it? At SummerSlam. It's SummerSlam weekend. This is fun. Yeah, I don't like that belt at all. I never liked it. Then they just started branding it red for Raw, and then it's this SmackDown. They've got the blue one with Roman. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of it. Do they even have the blue belt Romans? They don't. Ooh. Well, that's okay, because we're going to put, if it was the blue one that Roman's holding for SmackDown or the red, it's the same belt. I put it here. I still don't like it. I don't like it. It's just generic red. The red is especially bad. If we had the blue one, guys, I would probably put blue into possibly good. It's just, I don't like it. WWE Championship. Now we got multiples here, obviously. We've got the current WWE Championship that Bob Lashley is holding right there. This one is, for now, I'm putting it as is great. It's great. It's got the logo, it's big. It's all bedazzled and bejeweled around the sides of it. I like it. The WWE Championship that The Rock revealed for like a month, it felt like it was not around for very long. You know what's funny about this one? And I'm putting it as good, by the way. You know what's funny about this one? I rewatched The Rock's reveal of this title on Raw. He's like, that's badass. At first I was like, ooh, cool title. But the W for WWE is like, it feels weird. Like everything's kind of stretched and it's too big. And then the champion on it, that's probably the piece that I don't like, that brings it down a notch out of my imaginary ranking. Because it's too big. When they wrote champion on it, it's way too big. I like the size of it, but yeah, the writing on there is no good. All right, what would you call this, guys? The mid 2000s WWE Championship spinner belt. That was the era of basically like Punk had it, Cena's had it mostly, Orton, Edge, all those guys. You know what? That was the title. I'm putting this one as great. And I actually like it better right now, more than the current, do I like it more than the current WWE Championship? Kind of, I do. There's a lot going on. It's busy, but it represents that era of WWE. And I think of a lot of great champs wore that. And I do actually, it's actually grown on me over time. When they first came out with it, and I think mostly it was Cena because of when he did the spinner thing for it, that wrecked it for me. It was a toy. But when you think about guys like Orton wearing that and holding that thing up, Punk having that, I really liked it. And in the WWE games, I often actually pick this one for one of the titles. I just like it. All right, what else we got for WWE Championships? We're going downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. Daniel Bryan's title. This thing is great because it's so unique and silly. This was when he was going through his heel phase. He was trying to be Mr. Earth and the planet. He had Eric Rowan as his muscle for some reason. And yeah, I thought it's great because it's just unique. It's different. It's crazy that he did it. Wasn't it made out of it was out of bamboo and stuff. It's all recycled. And it was Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson, AEW. Let's go. I'm excited. Hey, depending on when this is coming out on Friday. And AEW Rampage is tonight, every Friday. So if you guys watch this, we could be experiencing CM Punk making a return. That's fun. Moving on. The Undisputed Championship. I didn't like this one. I put it it's not as bad at, I don't know where to put that one. Is it kind of whatever? Yeah, it's kind of whatever, to be honest with you. Brock had this one, Taker had it, Hogan had it around the 2002 or 3 or whatever it was. That's fine. It didn't do anything for me. It was in such a short time period that they used this Undisputed Championship. I like when they unify the titles. That's always a fun moment. But this one didn't do much for me, and it was short-lived as well. Now, let's get into some fun stuff. Smoking Skull, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Broken Skull Ranch, Broken Skull Challenge IPAs, Stunner. It's terrible, Austin. This one is great. Now, I believe I'm gonna put him above. Yeah, he's going. Ooh. It's just cool because it's Austin with the freaking skull on it. I'm putting it up there for now. I do really like it. It's silly, but it's Attitude Era. Didn't Austin just walk out one night with it? I thought that was the story behind it. I could be totally wrong. Let me know in the comments. I really thought that Austin just showed up one night on Raw and he just had this title on. And then it was gone the next day or something. Then there's the whole thing. They chucked the titles in the river, blah, blah, blah. That's still a cool title. And it's Attitude Era. Now let's get into some more fun stuff, shall we? I hope you're enjoying yourself. I hope you're having a lovely weekend, by the way. You join me. I love doing these ranking things. They're so fun. Okay, where are we going now, guys? We've got more WWE titles. I'm taking a look here. You got the women's titles. We'll hold on to those for a second. We're going to do a whole women's thing. We got the NXT as well. Let's go for the the Eagle belt. So this one, mostly 80s, early 90s. This one is glorious. Now, it's a toss-up to me about big gold belt versus Wing Eagle, but this was held by so many champs. This is a Hogan belt. This is Warrior belts. Like, Warrior is silly. This is Bret Hart, sharpshooter all day. WWE screwed me. WCW and Eric Bischoff screwed me. This is a really beautiful title. It's got a ton of legacy. Love it. It is glorious. Now, Matt's personal favorite of all time, ever, bar none, for me, is the I call the Attitude Era title. And I put this up here. It might not be your favorite, and that's okay. That's the point of this. We change these things around a lot too. But that one is top tier, number one for me all time. And that's just because of when I grew up and watching WWE in the 90s. That is Austin's belt, Rock, Triple H mostly. When I see that title, that is like Triple H's title. I was so bummed when they like started moving on from that. We got into like the unified titles, like they had that, and then the big gold belt. WCW came in, Invasion. Jericho had both, right? And then they merged them and they changed everything. I didn't like that. I really wish they would bring that one back one day, but they never will. But that one, absolute top tier, my absolute favorite. Let's keep going. Let's do the women's titles next. The women's championships have evolved over the years, right? We have kind of the classic women's championship. We've got the Divas, the butterfly title. NXT titles as well. And the current WWE Women's Championship titles, Raw and SmackDown. These ones are, to me, they're good. Do I put it above that one? Yeah, you know what? That one is not growing on me very well. I do like these. I don't like that they're just carbon copies of each other. One's Raw. I wish they just kind of make them more unique to themselves. But at the same time, they feel like they're on par with the men's titles, which is good. But I don't love them. Like, they're fine. They're Raw and SmackDown. I get it. But they're well done. They're a hell of a lot better than the Winged Eagle butterfly belt thing. I didn't care for that. Speaking of which, this one, you're bad. This is like top bad. Because this is just like Divas era, just whatever. And some women, like great champions, actually held this title. It's just unfortunate that that was the design of the belt. It's aesthetics. It's not who held it. It's what they're holding. Then we've got, give me some more here. What do we got? OG NXT Women's Championship. This one is kind of whatever for me, to be honest. I like it. It's not bad by any means. It's just kind of whatever. It was smaller, small plated. It didn't stand out a lot, so didn't really care for it all that much. The original Women's Championship, we're gonna put this as good. I don't love it. I never loved it. I felt it was too bland. It was almost yellowy, and you had great champs like Trish and Lita wear this thing, but I always felt it was just kind of small. I like that these ones were more substantial, but I put it up there as good because it's got a lot of legacy behind it. The NXT Women's Championship. I do like it. I don't like this picture that they're using for it. I think this one is great, and I'm gonna put it behind. I do like it. I like the Bryan one too. This one's great. It's a great NXT title. And I like that they, again, with the women's division there, I like that they went away from a smaller title, like what we see here, and they went with something bigger, heftier. I like that. It's big X. X's are cool. I think it's all just homage for Triple H to get more DX. Don't know. Then we will move into, did I get everything? Oh, the women's tag titles. Those are bad. I don't like them. I don't like them whatever. I don't like the division, because there is no division. I don't like the titles. They don't look great. They don't look like, I just don't feel like they are branded at all in line with other titles that they use. Like, why can't, like, I don't like the penny belts, but at least they make sense. These, they gotta be white and gold and silver. It's bad. Don't care. Speaking of tag titles, let's move on to tag divisions. All right, penny belts, red and blue, Raw and SmackDown, is bad. Oh wait, no. OG penny belt. That thing's bad. These ones are whatever for me. They're identical. Tag teams should be the same, but they're just, I'm surprised they haven't updated these in such a long time, other than the original penny belt. And now they went to a silver coin belt. They're whatever. They're not interesting. They lack that flair. I can't even tell that these are WWE Championships, tag team championships, let alone. They just don't stand out to me. Not that great. All right, we got the odd, which ones? These are the mid 2000s. I remember Paul London and Kendrick wearing these a ton, and I do actually like these. These are good. Now, where do we put these is the question. Yeah, I'm putting them above. I like those quite a bit. For tag titles, yeah, that works for me. All right, then we've got the kind of OG tag team titles. These are great, and I'm putting these above the WWE Championship and NXT Championship because of just legacy. Undertaker, chokeslam, tombstone, pile driver. But I love that for the legacy of the tag titles. Let's keep going here. NXT Tag Team Championships. These are, I find these are whatever. They're better designed than the Raw and SmackDown titles, but they're kind of whatever generic tag team titles for me. Not a big deal for me. Then we've got, is that all the tag titles? No, we got the other tag titles. They're splitting up these tag titles. These ones are also good. I like those. We'll put those above there. Alright, finished off all those titles. Let's keep going with like a little bit of NXT. The original NXT Championship. Tricky. Tons of legacy. Love when like Kevin Owens showed up on Raw wearing it. Fighting John Cena. These are all good things for me. Just really enjoyed myself with this. But it's not bad. It's not great. It feels a little dated. I'll put it above, I'm gonna put it right behind, and I know you guys can't see because of my face. I'm putting it right behind the tag titles. See? Yeah, I moved myself. There. Better? See? I got them tag titles. There. So I got the NXT title. I'm fine with that. I don't mind that. If we put the NXT title there, or yeah, I'll put it above the tag titles. It's got a lot of legacy to it. I enjoy it. Oh, 24/7 title? Sorry. It's bad. Like bad. Hilarious, but still bad. Then we move on to the rest of the NXT titles. NXT Championship is good. It's behind there, behind the tag titles or above the tag titles. I like that there. And you know what? I like that like that. That makes me not happy. NXT title, again, I like that right around there. And then get some UK titles. These are badass. These are great. Great titles. Great work. Above the WWE Championship. I love the design of these. NXT UK titles, very good. Very nice. Now, you can't see my screen a little bit. I can see down here. Which one's that? Is that NXT UK? Tag titles? If it is, tell me in the notes, because I can't really see that picture. Looks like an, yeah, I think that's NXT Tag Team Titles. They're kind of whatever for me. And I put the other tags, so you know what? I'll put them down here. North American Championship. It's good. Is it great? It was cool when they revealed it. But is it great? I don't think it's great. I think it's good. But I like it down here. Do I like it more? Yeah, I like it more than those women's titles, but I'll put it behind the Women's Championship because of legacy. Matt's made up rankings. Now, Cruiserweight title. I think it's bad. I like the cruiserweight division. I like what they've done with it on NXT. When they brought out 205 Live though, and they got the purple belt, it's different. I'll give it that. It's better than the 24/7 title. It's better than the penny title. It's better than the women's tag team titles. Is it better? So if I'm gonna, well, I gotta do these properly. The Divas Butterfly is like the worst for me. Worse than the 24/7 title. So this is the best of the worst, I think. Or Universal Championship. Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. Let's keep going. European Championship. I'm getting some classic territory here. European title's silly, isn't it? I always just remember Shawn Michaels holding it. Maybe Bret Hart? That's like it. That's all I remember. Let's see, European title. It's kind of whatever, right? Do we put it down here? Do I dare? Or is it good? It's kind of, X-Pac had it, Shane McMahon had it. But the title itself is just, yeah, WWF European title. I'm putting it down in whatever. Because just, that's how I feel today. I'm just like, whatever. But I'm putting it as the best of the whatever right now. Again, whatever doesn't mean I hate it. It just means it's just there. Light heavyweight championship. That's bad. Small design. A lot of good people wore this thing. Christian wore this thing, I remember. It's better than that. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right above the bad women's tag titles, behind the cruiserweights. You can see a pattern there. Okay, cool. Hardcore championship. It's great. It's great because it's silly. It's great because it's duct tape. Mick Foley wore the shit out of this thing. It's great. I'm putting it up there with Smoking Skull. Maybe behind Smoking Skull. It's a great, great title. Now, what are we left with? We've got 4 belts left. We're going for a mid-card, saving the mid-card for last. We've got the Intercontinental Championships. Boom, boom, boom. And we've got the US Championship. Let's put the United States... they're missing the new United States title. See, this is a little out of date. That's okay. Regular, original US Championship is good to me. It's always been good. It's never been great. I've never loved it. I've always felt like, why? It's like the last thing they've redesigned up until recently. So I've always kind of wondered why they never went and changed it, but whatever. All right, Intercontinental titles. One of my favorite Intercontinental titles. I'm putting this one as... I'm gonna put it as top tier great. It's not glorious. It's IC title, but it's great. It's Attitude Era. That's what I remember for that thing. These two, they brought the white one back. Cody Rhodes made this prestigious. Then you had The Miz all over it. And they still go with it. It needs a refresh, in my opinion. But it's a great title. It's a great title based on the legacy it has. Do I love the design of the white strap? Not totally, but you know what? It's going right in there. And last but not least, we've got, like, what is that? The 80s, 90s IC title? Intercontinental title. This one is great. I like the black strap more than I do the white. So they are the exact same, almost, and I'd rather have them up there. There you have it. That's our tier. The big things to point out, your glorious titles. Your glorious titles are going to be just Matt's Attitude Era. Triple H, the game, is #1 with that title. And you got big gold belt. There's Ric Flair, woo, on the bus. And then you've got the 80s, 90s WWF Championship. Very prestigious. Love those. And then you're bad and whatever. European title, NXT titles, some of the NXT titles, tag titles, and the bads. Universal Championship, the red one, / the blue one. Blue might be good. Cruiserweights, tags, bit more tags, and the worst of the worst, butterfly belt divas. That thing can go home. I am curious what WWE will release for like the next title. I kind of feel like they're back on the road now and they're gonna wanna do a bit of a rebrand. Maybe around the draft, maybe they're gonna actually release a new one. I don't like that cruiserweight title. I don't like the purple and the mini WWE globe, like that little one. I don't like it. 24/7 title, that's hot garbage.